Hi, Tormod here, and today I would like to do a talk about sort of like schizophrenia. Yes, I'm schizophrenic, born schizophrenic. Um, I would like to talk about a certain dimension, you might say, called that I call for weaknesses and strengths. Weaknesses and strengths. So, what I find peculiar with weaknesses and strengths is that, a strength is obviously a strength. I'm good at something. I'm good at jogging. I jog every day, and I'm good at jogging. I bake bread. I make bread that tastes good, that lasts long. Um, I'm a good baker. For instance, strengths that I'm strong with that. So strength is obviously something that can be easily seen, like he is a good athlete, or he is a good driver, or good in mathematics. Strength are very obvious to see. But what is really weaknesses? What is that all about? Because with weaknesses, it is like what is the potential and the potential strength of something is buried under a burden, under emotions, under judgments, under impact, it's buried under this massive construct that self has created to burden oneself or to hinder oneself from living one's true potential, from living one's genuine expression, so that there are no right and wrongs. Obviously, there is more, you could say, strengths and weaknesses, and what is important then is to find those weaknesses and strengthen them from where they are under this compressed mass of emotions and energies. This compressed mass of emotions and energies forcing weight and forcing self to judge and sort of delete and lessening, causing thoughts like, I can't bake a cake today. I'm not good at baking cake. I know I can never bake cake. I can't bake a cake. I can't do that. That's not my skill. I'm not good at that. I don't dare to. I don't want to. I'm sure I will just fail. Such kind of thinking to sort of maintain in the same. I can never climb a mountain. That mountain is very too high for me. I'm not feeling too well today. I don't want to climb a mountain today. Somebody else can do it. I don't have the right shoes. There is going to be rain. There's going to be wind. I don't have the right clothes. I don't feel like climbing a mountain. Somebody else can do that. Lessening thoughts that lessen ourselves. Thoughts that lessen ourselves. Thoughts that burden us with this mountain, this pile of emotions. This pile of emotions where we burden ourselves and squeeze out the life juice of our potential into weaknesses. So this is some outlining that I've experienced in my schizophrenic life about strengths and weaknesses, where I'm learning to know that, okay, I have some weaknesses. There are things in my life that I'm not like, oh, let's do that. Oh, I want to do that. I want to do that, or I'm good at that. Or there are things in my life that I can say, okay, such a phenomena, I feel like lesser than, I feel inferior to it, right? So those are then potentials that I can strengthen, that I can build up, and really, from that point, empower myself something immensely. Because, we as humanity have been living under a massive amount, a huge extent of emotional burden, of energy burden, for a very long time. We crucify ourselves over all these things in our life. So, how do we look at strength? Strengthening the strength, maintaining the strength one have, yes. I'm not saying that strength is there's something good, or there is no right and wrong. But there are today strength, things that we are good at, things that I'm good at, things that you're good at, and there are weaknesses. Things where we find ourselves in a lessened, burdened, bothered, squeezed out, eliminated, inferior position. Right? So, but again, the weakness, the feeling of being weak, is just selves over time, patterns, behavioral patterns that I'm living, that I'm doing, that I'm in my mind, in my physical, in my beingness, that I'm living, where I'm piling up. I'm not good at math. I can't math. I stink at math. Hey guys, I suck at math. Ha 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 ha. So you just build a ton of burden on top of the lessening of self, of feeling weak at math or at English or at whatever science or hobby or phenomena. Where those are potential, you might say, gold mines to look into, to build, to strengthen yourself, to become empowered and become, build those weaknesses that are potentials within you, within me, that can be built into real strength. And that is an awesome perspective of self-empowerment, of self-strength, responsibility, purpose, dedication, will, passion, and so on. So, a bit of perspective on strength and weaknesses, and that there are no right and wrong. There are good or bad, you might say, but there's obviously the lessening of self, of burdening of self with energies, with thoughts, with imagination, media, images, self-judgment, self-blame, self-victimization, all these things that we carry, that we project, and that we carry within ourselves, that are lessening ourselves, where in fact the potential is still there. The potential is still there, suppressed and denied and diminished, inferiorized. For us to say, yes, I can do this, I can work with this, I can swing with this is something I can do, and learn step by step to unschool the emotional burden, you might say, to empower self, learn self, and strengthen self, and stand up and be a change in this world. Thank you very much.